One of the newest forts that were constructed before World War I is of the third and last generation fortress built by the Germans. It resembles somewhat those we've seen before like Wagner or Mutzig. However, you will now see that the galleries are far lower to the ground, they're reinforced with rebar, there are dedicated bunkers for the power station. They almost resemble what we will actually see in World War II, both of the German bunkers and the Maginot Line. This is Feste Freiherr von der Goltz. It was built in 1907 and finished in 1916 in the middle of World War I, in the woods near Metz, not far from Metz. The fortified group is made up of 3 independent parts linked together by underground galleries, including 2 10-centimeter batteries, barracks, an artillery command post, and 3 fortified barracks would then accommodate about 800 men. The fortified group was armed with a total of 8 artillery pieces, 6 100mm and 2 77mm. It had 13 observation domes and 20 lookout posts, and tons of close defense and spikes everywhere. The various galleries are linked by 2,000 meters of underground tunnels, and the dedicated power plant bunker had 10 diesel engines and even an emergency exit. Now we can't see all of it because of one of the most lucky or unlucky, depending what side you take, single bomb drops of the war occurred right here. That's a bit of a story, but let's go inside and I'll take a look and tell you.
So this is a newer fort.
Yes, new system of fortification. This is the same system of the Maginot Line. Inside.
So this is not a Brialmont. This is not.
No,
this is something far newer.
Yes.
And you see, it's still surrounded by barbed wire and
Yes.
spikes and stuff. All right. Oh yes, this does look newer. When was this built?
Yes, just look this.
This was German or French?
German.
German. Oh.
And this is one battery for 10 centimeter. A new system of battery.
So this was an artillery fort.
Yes.
And built before World War I.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, this looks much smaller.
Yes,
And dirt and...
more,
Ooh, I like. This is interesting.
this is for the tube.
Oh, for the... Oh, okay.
For inside the tube because it's long. And,
Of course.
For turn
Yeah.
and. And this is for the tube. For make the new tube.
Oh, yes. So, how many people would...
2,000 people stay in.
2,000?
Yes, 2,000.
In here?
Yes, because they are all the building, 3 battery and 3 casern.
And it looks so small.
Yes.
Well, I've only seen a door, so...
But this it's all the dangerous, huh? Because
Holy goat!
all destroy.
Holy shit! I did not expect this.
Yes, it's original, not new, not restoring, not.
But this is... What is this?
This is ventilation for eject the gas.
Oh, yes.
Of the shell.
And that ran under the walkway.
Yes.
Munitions?
Amount of munition. Yes.
And there's the slide from the... Yes.
It's the same system of Wagner, but it's destroyed.
Are the guns still in place?
Yeah, no, it's cut in the 70.
Oh, still. So for every fort or every cannon, there's a munition shelter.
Yeah.
This is so much bigger than I thought. Offices?
It's officer and post de commandement telephone for the information. And,
See the original lamp in there.
yes, it's the original lamp, yes.
Well, we're going to cross this ditch in a minute. Hang on for a minute. For lighting myself right in the eyes. All right. Communication?
Yes, communication for telephone. But not original, it's a modification of the Second World War. The
Because-
same system of the Maginot Line.
Because, of course, the Germans were here Second World War as well.
Yes, he stay in with a torpedo of the French U-boats for modification of making the U-boat, German U-boat in this building.
So they were building submarine parts here.
Yeah, it's a great atelier with Ukrainian prisoner
Really?
for modification the French torpedo.
Oh, this is where the ventilation then comes out.
Ventilation, yes, sir. And this it's the original inscription for direction of the building.
10 centimeter battery. Yeah. And there, so you can close off.
For off, on, and with this off,
Yeah.
off this position on.
I knew I liked Metz for a reason. Wow.
This is a phone line of telephone. It's original system, and this it's for one line two cable. This
Wow. Yeah, this is really.
it's
So this is World War II.
yeah no first
for World War I.
First World War, yes.
So the communication cables
Yeah.
they still used for World
All
War.
fortification connect with Wagner, with Flamand, with Gender. It's connect with telephone.
Wow. And that still worked for World War II because they didn't replace it.
No, it's original of the First World War.
Yes, and we're going down because my favorite thing in the world is going down into tunnels. Yes. I have some really strange habits. This looks like the hallway at Mutzig.
Yeah, it's the same gallery of Mutzig.
It is. And here's the dome. Here's the egg.
Yes, it's a ovoid gallery.
Yes.
It's a perfect resist of the bomb.
I know. This is all communication cable we're walking around on?
The main cut and burn the cable communication for the quiver.
For the what?
Metal of.
For the brass.
Yes, yes.
Oh, yeah. Wow. I mean, it's really fun to see something that's restored. But see something that's unrestored, it's just so much fun. It's like you see things for the first time. Well, this is a fun way to walk. I hope you guys out there are enjoying this.
Yeah.
They made submarine parts?
There are 10 meters of road, terre au-dessus de nous. On est. Il y a 10 meters of
Roof? Ceiling?
roof.
Parts?
Yes.
Oh, look at this.
And this fortification not finish because the war starts the First World War starts and the German army not finish the old building this fortification. This is one observatory of new system.
Well, we're coming back this way, so we'll
If
take
you want
that.
to see, no problem. Huh? The observatory.
But you had me at submarine parts.
Yeah. It's one observatory.
I'm sensing stairs.
Yeah, it's one acoustic pipe for the information of the observatory.
It's a good thing these stairs don't look rusty at all.
Yeah.
Okay, this is gonna be fun.
It's delayed for me, and
Ah,
you have one hand. No,
now I
it's
have
okay.
one hand. I'm so stubborn. Wait a minute, there's a fucking step missing. Oh, okay. Never mind. Never make it easy.
It's extra visits.
I want to do a fitness video
Yeah.
about getting ready for bunkers
Yeah.
and underground forts exploration. It is a particular type of training. This is required. And seriously, I would not step on this thing if I was you.
It's no.
Yeah, we're just gonna do that. Yep, we left every hole open. That's so nice. Thank you to the French Army. Okay. That looks like an armored hatch, doesn't it? There we are. Here's for real madman. Here's the observation turret. How the hell am I gonna get up there with one hand? Well, that'll be fun. Oh, and here's all the gives communication, right?
Yes, it's
Or electricity.
communication. And this is for the outil, for a plaque of outil. And table. And this is for the battery of the telephone.
Well, that's what that's for.
This part, the battery for telephone, this part.
I see a lot of those. And the lamp is original.
This is the original plaques for indication of the line of telephone. This is their prescription. And for the direction of the
Oh, wow.
massive west, it's a caserne of Raj.
So that's from a French caserne.
Yes, it's a name of a German name of the caserne, principal caserne, Merci. It's a caserne explodes.
So that is that to say that is communication to there?
Yes, it's a
Okay. So you
line
can-
of telephone.
Okay.
You go in the Mercy.
So do you have a radio on the wall here too?
Yes, this is for the lights, certainly.
And then the communication down?
Yeah, it's the acoustic pipe.
Yeah.
And this it's normally there push this and electric and klaxon.
The bell, the bell array, yeah.
And push this part for.
Yeah. I'm glad you you restore forts for a living.
Yes.
All right. Okay. So I obviously have to go up there at least to have a look. How am I going to do that with one hand? And you guys, you may ask. Well, I know you want me to look up there because you want to look up there. So there's only one way, and that's doing it with one hand. Again, because of you guys, I got myself a new gimbal. But I can't have the light on there. Ow. Oh, this is cool. You can't see why yet. This is the same dome as Mutzig. This is the same dome as Mutzig's, as dome number 2, right?
Yes.
So if you want to see what it looks like, not broken, then you can see my episode of Great Forts from Feste de Mutzig. But this is cool. Me trying to figure out how to work more new technology. All right, you must be tired of this now. All right, I'll crawl back down again. Somehow. Okay. Well, you see here the trapdoor, and see here the cabling that would rotate the floor. It's not the same condition as we saw it in Mutzig, where they restored it beautifully. All right, I'm gonna grab this. Try not to trip on my own blood, and come back down here again. The corrugated metal. Oh, what a cool thing. I'm looking forward to seeing this from above.
Yeah.
And this was the hoist for what? What was this for?
It's for left material for.
Oh, so that's where.
Go.
So that's where the platforms here.
Platform move for.
You lift all these up and then you can hoist
yes.
things up and down.
Yes.
That makes perfect sense. All right, yeah, that makes sense. So that's why all the platforms have actually rotted or just been disappeared.
Yeah.
Oh well. You know, I'm not going to take you guys with me in the hole. I'm going to walk down. I'll see you down there. So this is where the troops were in here.
Yeah.
He's hiding 800 meters of tunnels down here.
Yeah.
All right, so what the fuck is it? There it is.
And the system, it's just in Gros Fortifié La Marne exists, not all the fortification, just this.
This is interesting.
Somewhere down this 800-meter long corridor was another factory set up during the Second World War that was constructing torpedoes and warheads for the German Navy.
800 meters of tunnel. This really is something. And there's a lot of holes in the floor. And a lot of crap on the floor. And the ceiling got up.
Yeah, it's for the motor of electric motor.
Oh, this is the engine room.
Yeah, generator. And this direction is for one caserne, but the gallery explodes.
Oh.
And this is for the
Gas to oil or...
Yeah, oil and gas, yes.
When you say the gallery is exposed, what do you mean?
Yes, if you want to look, no problem.
All right, let me go first.
And the story of the British plane destroy a car and destroy the building.
That was here.
Yeah, it's this fortification.
Let me go first, so I can film it.
Yeah.
Because otherwise I'm filming the back of your jacket. Which is... which will turn into looking like a sponsorship ad. Hang on, stop being stupid. There we go. So here's some damage.
Yeah, damage.
Water or...
Water, yes, water and the mover, the war mover.
Yeah. So was there fighting here, World War II?
No fighting in this building.
Just bombing.
Just bombing, yes.
So the British hit an ammunition truck here.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was there fire in here? Because I see...
Yes, it's the fire for the metal.
Oh, okay. So that's post-war.
Yeah, no, for war, it's contemporary. It's the fire. It's now.
Oh, new.
You, yes.
Yeah, because you can see the soot on the walls. It's amazing what is hiding underground.
Yeah.
And it really is. It is just amazing what, and there's not a lot above.
Yeah.
So how many 100 meters down here?
I don't know.
All right, we'll see you on the other side. Oh, wow. Is this the damage?
Battery, je crois.
Battery's that way.
Yeah, yes, it's a new battery.
So what happened to this tunnel?
Yeah. And this direction, it's caserne.
That's the caserne. And it's interesting, we're still walking down.
Yeah.
Actually, the stone we're walking on looks new. So is it still ventilation underneath us, or was that water?
And, not ventilation this gallery, but the winter natural.
the brick changed.
Yes.
That's why. Oh well. That's why I got this silly thing.
Yeah.
So the camera is not bouncing all over when I am.
Yeah, it's exploration.
I believe that is the very right word for it. Cool colors, I will say. Try to make this graceful. Wow, this looks so cool.
Yeah.
There's all the metal in the
Water.
yeah, all the rust.
Yes, yes, yes.
I'm looking forward to seeing this footage because I'm bouncing all over the place like a rabbit here. Here's the floor. Looks like a floor. There's a reason why I'm not filming the whole way, because this is the most unsteady walk I remember doing.
Yeah.
And it just doesn't end. I keep looking for an opening that'll be... What is this? What are these?
This I don't know.
Munition storage or
for explore the gallery.
Oh yeah. Yeah, of course you. Well, that didn't happen. It's still here.
Yeah.
In less and less good condition. Speaking of explosion.
No, infiltration of water.
Just water again.
Yes, destroys the.
I mean, except for these few pieces, this is in remarkable good condition.
Yeah.
Considering this was built before World War I.
Yeah.
Then it is in incredibly good shape. This may be more fun, just have somebody with a camera at the end filming us fall this way.
It's okay?
Yeah. Didn't I just say it would be more fun if somebody was filming us fall our way this way? Good. That's why I did laundry yesterday. So I can make sure that when I mess this up, I still have something that's clean. Ow. All right. I'm going to turn the camera off and just navigate this crap. So after the Second World War, the Canadian Air Force used this.
Yes, staying for the occupate and listen during the Cold War.
But this was oh yeah, because Canada was part of NATO and France was part of NATO.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we're not really that far from the German border. What are we, 20 kilometers from the German border?
Yeah. No.
Less?
Yes, I think.
Holy shit, this is big. I don't know what music I'm going to play to make this interesting for people to watch us walking almost a kilometer underground.
Yeah, it's closer because
this is where the destruction was.
Yes, it's a gallery.
Wow.
Destroy.
So that's where.
And inside there are big casern and destroy. And the winter go in the gallery and destroy the gallery and destroy.
So the bomb was what, 20, 30 meters up?
Yeah. But the aviation shoots the truck and the explosion go on the building. and destroy 8,000 kilo of explosive.
Wow.
However, the big caserne in here really is no more. No matter how much we dig, there's nothing. On September 19th, 1944, outside this main fort, there's 2 German military trucks loaded with torpedo warheads. They were hit by one single American Thunderbolt fighter bomber. The enormous explosion traveled from the top side down through the tunnels and detonated the entire torpedo factory. The explosion threw chunks of the fort that landed several kilometers away. It left lots of wounded, 81 dead, 70 SS men, and 11 sailors from the Kriegsmarine. The gallery separated, left parts scattered all over, and basically there's only a very large pond left. But we will look for that when we go topside. It took several days to recover all the dead bodies, and there might possibly be more inside the rubble.
And of course there's an enormous gallery down here with the storage tanks to the oil, I'm thinking. Well, that's part of the ventilation, isn't it?
Yes.
No, wait a minute.
It's
Yeah, it is.
protection for the motor.
Yeah. Holy shit. That's a big
motor.
thing.
Yes, it's a very big motor. It's a big model.
It's just so much fun to come out of the dark and then see these huge things.
Yeah.
Sort of like when you're in Festung the Dam and you're in the basement
Yeah.
and you see the big tank.
Yeah, but it's a small model.
Yeah, but it's just fun to see that big tank in the dark when you go, oh, wow.
This is it's for the winter for start the motor.
This was upgraded World War II.
Yes, yes.
Kitchen?
Yeah.
No, workbench. Forge.
Forge, yes.
Yes, there's a forge. Of course there was. So what are we looking at? 3 motors? 3 engines?
9 motor.
9?
9, yes.
Holy hell. And this was the electrical panel.
Yes, it's a system for
Yeah.
electric system. And
The control panel.
Yes,
That's what I'm trying to not say.
it's a.
Wow. And it's just sitting here underground.
It's very beautiful.
This is absolutely something. I mean, restored is cool, but this is just something else. It absolutely boggles the mind what you can just build underground, and then all of a sudden, here it is. I don't ever want anybody else to tell me again that World War I was just a trench war. I'm just saying.
I don't say.
No, not you. I'm saying every time you talk about World War I history, everybody says, "Oh, war in the trenches, war in the trenches. This was a trench war.
Yeah.
This was all about mud." This is not trenches. This is World War I was so much more than a trench war.
Yeah, right.
Oh, so this is where.
It's a citern for. This I don't know, but.
Oh yeah, here it is. It's just so. It just. So, did this come in here in sections, or did this come in here first, and then they built the fort around it?
He make this part before farm close the.
So they put it in one
Yes,
piece, and
yes.
then they built the fort. That makes it interesting at Festung de Dam. It's in the basement.
Yes.
So the tank came in first, and then they built the fort. This just looks like a little submarine sitting in the middle of a room.
Yeah, right.
And it's watertight, so. And I'm guessing next to us there's one more.
This system, I don't know what is it.
Well, electrical went to something, and
Pump for.
something that needed electricity. So, but yeah, it's guessing is interesting. You never know. And here's the other large submarine-like thing. And bits and pieces. So is this out? Where is this? What is this? This is a room.
Yeah.
This is a room with a light.
Yeah. Accessory or.
Yeah. This is just so amazing to see. So there's, all of this is machine rooms. That's the forge.
Yeah, forge, yes. And this is a door for outside, but it's closed.
Oh, is this where supplies would come in, or?
Yes, for go out.
Oh, there's an actual exit.
Yeah, access.
Oh, so we're on top level now.
Yes, it's access, and this is a big access for material and.
Okay, yeah, these are okay. Well, yes, I guess somebody filled them up. Was this destruction after the war?
Yes, it's a Moncharge lift for material.
Oh, this is where the lift was.
Yes, yes.
Ew. So was this destroyed during the war or after the Canadians left?
No, the French army in 10 years. There was 10 years. And this.
I'd like to think these were bathrooms and oh.
This is
Well, that's a way of screwing it up.
for look inside. And,
I guess.
The man cut this for metal.
Yeah, but they didn't. I mean, this is a thick tank. This is thick. This is not just a flimsy little wall. This is half a centimeter, a full centimeter of steel.
Yeah. Crazy boy.
I know. And then smaller?
Smaller for water, for the motor.
Oh, yeah. Wow. Wow. All right. So I'm guessing the production hall is in the other end of the tunnel.
Yeah.
So we go all the way back into the other side.
Yeah, this go at the camp. It's this, but.
So where did the Germans work on submarine parts?
It explodes.
That's exploded.
Destroy, yes.
Well, let's take the long way back because there's something behind us.
The building of the submarine, it's destroyed.
Oh, that would have been cool to see.
Yeah.
This control panel is really just like an early computer panel.
In Wagner, there are very beautiful
Yeah.
control panel.
With a switch, with a mechanical switch.
Yes.
Still. What is this? This is marble. This is marble.
Yes, marble.
Oh.
And the other panel, it's in Wagner.
Yeah.
The association have authorization for transfer in Wagner.
Oh, really?
Yes, yes.
Oh, good. So you get one piece that works.
It save the marble of the no good boy.
Yeah.
And the marble go in the gallery.
Good. Good.
One model, it's 200 kilo.
Yeah, I mean that's going to be fun to move.
Some years after the Second World War, the Canadian Air Division moved from Paris here to Metz in April 1953, where they set up over the entire 35-acre estate, which was just 4 buildings from the war. 10 more was constructed, and here they worked for several decades. But this area we don't have access to today because it's on military ground, which is currently being used by maneuvers. So next time we will have to sneak in there and take a look. And we will.
Oh, we're back here. And obviously, well, the ammunition elevator. And the counterweight sitting there. This is so nice and clean in here too. I see the hallways. So this is one of the artillery barracks, of which there were 4 constructed, 3 or 4 constructed. They were not finished by the time of World War I. And by World War II, well, obviously, it started by Germany pressing forward and taking most of France. so it wasn't really needed. And they started building submarines in here, or parts for submarines, of course. And the section where they did that have since been destroyed by the French military. I know that's a shock to us all that something of historical interest have been destroyed, isn't it? The Canadians used this place during the time of NATO, although I can't see why or where they would have done that. I don't see anything modern or post-war installation around here. This is an endless gallery of rooms and something that has post-war been cemented off. Interesting. This stone looks fairly new. Where are you? Not as pretty as the restored one, but this is fun. Where are you at? This is one of the attaches that the gun would hang on. Yeah, things move. I'm down here. I'm down here. This stone looks like something new. This looks like a bathroom, or used to be a bathroom. I'm just wandering around. I'm thinking some of this is newer. I think some of that is newer, isn't it?
For the water, no? It's a very modern. Yes.
That's modern, isn't it?
Yes, it's modern.
That's what I thought.
Yes, it's modification, modern.
Yeah, I recognize that paint. That paint is not World War II. So what's down there? That's just a hole, or that's just the access? That's not a staircase, is it? No.
It's a start for a gallery for other bâtiment or building, but not finish.
Okay, so that's what that was.
Yes, it's and this it's for the water puits for the water.
Gotcha. All right. So you need a handle. I remember, there's lots of holes in these places. Just in case you go exploring, you need to remember there are holes everywhere. I wonder what the Canadians were doing, because there's really not, I don't see any signs of anything new here.
Yeah.
I mean, except the bathroom there. Was this where we came?
Yeah, it's
Oh, yes. Oh, look, somebody made a hole in the wall. Shame. If I turn the light off, maybe, if I can figure that out. I gotta see what's left of the domes up here. gotta see this. There's so little of this fort seems above ground. And it's not like it's not covered extremely well. Wow. Where is everything? This is part of the... This looks so much different than Wagner, doesn't it?
Yeah,
than any of the...
different, yes.
Completely different construction, much lower. Is this a modern mast, or is that... What is this?
It's a modern electric system.
So that's probably what the Canadians were doing here. So, how do we get up there?
It's a ventilation.
Ventilation,
yeah.
right? Oh, this is how we get up here. We walk up here. So the domes are gone.
Yeah.
The dome's right here.
Oh, yes.
The dome is right here.
This, yeah.
Okay, that is excellent camouflage.
Yeah, yeah.
They're walking on it. Where is it? Here it is.
Good. There are 3 domes.
Hang on. All right then. So, somewhere hiding in here. I mean, very well camouflaged, I will say.
Very good.
I know. And so the other one is underneath that tree, isn't it?
There are 3 batteries. 2 or 3 batteries.
The other one is in there. Now it's maybe hard to tell for the nature, but this really is this is the same kind of construction, but it's only half the size.
Yeah.
And it's made in cement with steel,
Yeah.
rebar, and not stones like the older forts. Huh. Maybe we're going the other way. Is there a way? Well, there's always a way. A silly question. Oh wow, we're actually right on the edge of this fort here.
It's a very good
Yeah.
camouflage.
Yeah, no kidding. Wow. Yeah. Well, at least if you ever need one, we know where they are. It's funny here, out here in the forest are pieces of the bunker that blew up when that bomb hit a truck loaded with explosives. It's amazing, I saw rubble everywhere coming in here. See more rubble. Piece of the bunker in here. This really is a beautiful jungle landscape in France. Notice all the spiky poles of barbed wire. This is what you need to watch out for, because some of these protrude from the ground, and if you trip, you can have a very bad day. And recently there was another very bad accident at one of the forts we were at. So the French are not particularly happy about explorations or granted permissions these days. But we are standing on top of a fort, because I know those mushrooms. We're on top of it, aren't we? We're on top of a building.
Yeah.
This is the low slung bunker we were inside, where the power plants were. You also had access for fuel and parts that would come down the elevator. And this is really interesting if you compare this to the Second World War, where there were dedicated bunkers built for power plants for both the Maginot Line forts and for the Atlantic Wall and other German bunker systems. And it shall be said that I am, if not for anything, stubborn, pig-headed, and persistent. So I really wanted to press through some of this really dense nature to see if we couldn't get to the actual crater. However, there are military maneuvers going on, and most of the area was overrun by the French military, so we may have to come back, but I wanted to try.
But this is an air intake. This is ventilation.
Yeah, ventilation, yeah.
And see, when you trip, see spiky things like this pointing at you?
All vegetation.
Canadian building?
Yes, yes.
Of course. Which would make it interesting. Well, how about over? Is it over here?
Ventilation,
I see cement.
symmetric, yes. Okay, building in this direction, but all vegetation.
It is some of the densest, thorniest bush that I have ever seen in one of these explorations, and we may have to find different ways. But we wanted to go through, see if we could, so take a look. We were not as successful on this one as I wanted to, but we're coming back, not to worry.
Interesting how overgrown this has become. You ever thought exploring these was easy? And I keep thinking about, there's a fucking plant there, go away. Some of my veteran friends who lost limbs and can't go on these places, but would like to see them. Well, that's why we're here. And if there's any of the Canadian soldiers that were stationed here after the war that sees this, I would love to hear from them. If they have any photos or anything else. Obviously, I'm curious about the place where the Germans constructed submarine parts. Of course. I see a piece of, and here's another fort down here. We don't see a rebar sticking out of it. It's not a rock. This is a piece of one of the casemates. And here's, I mean, if you don't know this is here, how are you ever going to find it? I mean, right? Now it's quiet over here. Which means I have no idea where he went. Just like the Belgians had a peacetime barracks, so they didn't have to stay and live underground. Well, this is that one, or what remains of it. Did you ever walk through nature trying to find something that you absolutely couldn't find? Well, here we are, paddling through nature. Somewhere in here is a destroyed fort. Anybody? Lots and lots and lots of rubble. Well, we did find one, and now we're going to nicely, carefully make our way through the spiked minefield, which is... Oh, this is the defensive position.
Yes.
Oh.
Ventilation for make winter in the battery, and defensive protection for.
I knew there had to be some defensive points of this thing. Well, let's say the barbed wire is somewhat different than what we usually see. I know there are people who collect barbed wire. Here are all the spiky fields of death. In case you were wondering, there's the road. So this is the small little corner defensive position. With fire ports there, and maybe here. So there would have to be the way into this defensive position would be through the underground. Didn't see any tunnels leading this way, and the artillery fort is over there from what I can judge. That's where we were, right? Yeah. So how do you get in here? Is that underground? I don't know. Because this is a tunnel, isn't it?
Yeah, it's for protect the river.
But people can walk in here.
Yeah.
This is a tunnel. This is a tunnel.
Yes, for protect the river.
No, inside.
Ah.
There must be a tunnel to get into there.
I don't know.
I don't know either. Who's whistling? Oh, doggy. Yeah, defensive position here. This is kind of cool. Alright, so this is all there is to that. And it does look like it took a few hits here, I will say. But there must be a way in here. It's very slow, very discreet. Completely different than the large walls that was built in roughly the same time. And there's a great portion for the ventilation as well. The outer one is new, I would imagine. Steel grate inside.
And because of your support, it is possible for me to travel around the world and find some of these lesser known or more hidden locations. And for this one was the first time that Lost Battlefields could place a pin on Google Maps and explain where a lost fort actually was. So theoretically, if you brave and dare, you can go visit it yourself. But be warned, it is not a welcoming French military environment. Behind me is Vanna von Braun's first test stand. Down the road is Diebner's nuclear reactor. Over there is the Maginot Line and all its amazing forts. I'm visiting them all and I'm bringing them to you. So I really appreciate you like, follow, and share what I'm doing, trying to document all these important historical locations. And if you feel like you want to watch more pictures or documents that I use for these, go to lostbattlefields.com. And if you feel like helping me out with my travels, because gasoline and travel and airfare is expensive, my PayPal is there, protectionserviceint.com. You are more than welcome, but you don't have to. I appreciate all your support and all your help, and I love seeing these locations, and I love bringing them to you.